Little Victory's here, and last week I made the biggest single card purchase of my life. And in this video, I'm going to share the card. We're going to open it up. I haven't even looked at it yet. And I'm going to explain my rationale behind the purchase. So traditionally, I'm a $1 to $5 box raw to grade kind of guy. That's always been my thing, and it's what I enjoy the most. Finding it hard to find clean card in a dollar bin that I can grade and potentially get a gem mint 10 and potentially sell for $200 is that treasure hunting that I love the best. Even if I had Nat Turner money, you'd still be seeing me rummaging through low-end boxes because I honestly love that hunt and I enjoy looking at all the cards. And it brings me back to how my career in cards all started. So maybe at the end of the video, I'll tell you guys my favorite card I've ever found in a dollar box at a card show. But back on track. Occasionally, I'll get that itch to buy a big high-end card. And I'll try and act like I'm one of those ballsy 20 to 25-year-old card dudes on YouTube hustling, dropping crazy money. But trust me, that's not actually me. I stress way too much about the big purchases, and that takes the fun out of it. However, sometimes the right card comes along at the right time, and I trust my gut and research to pull the trigger. So I spent $16,000 on this card in here. Oh man, I hate saying that out loud. And you guys know I'm very transparent and honest with you guys. I had to max out my credit card to get it. And it's a PC card. So it's not going to be a quick flip where I can just get my money back right away. But don't worry, I have lots of firepower in my safety deposit box, my PC, that I can sell to make up for it. It's just going to be a little stressful for the time being. And I have to be a little money tight for a bit. But okay, let's just waste no more time. I want to see it. I'm really excited. It's the eBay Authenticity. It came in like a day. I think this is how we're gonna open it. Yeah, here we go. All right, you guys are gonna see it with me. Ooh, it's already peeking out. Oh, here we go. One more flap, we're just gonna pull it out. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's the 2003 Topps Chrome LeBron James rookie card black refractor numbered out of 500. All right, I'm just gonna shut off the camera and take a closer look at this real quick, but then I'll come back. So it is as nice as I thought it would be. I'm really excited. I purchased it. So you guys know I love that 2003 Topps Chrome refractor set. And now I'm going for the black refractor set, all in PSA 9 mint or better. So this was a key addition. I'll show you where I'm at with the set right now. I got some already graded. Here's a Marbury. We got Bosch, Mike Miller, that's a Gem 10, Kendrick Perkins, J. Kidd, and Barons Davis. And then I also pretty much have the set raw, but I've been waiting for grading prices to go down, maybe even lower than 15 bucks to start grading all these. So all of these are just full. I got them a long time ago, probably like 10 years ago. I just never did anything with them because I was focusing on that regular base refractor set. So all these will be fun to see which ones are gradable and all that good stuff. So when I first saw this card up for auction on eBay, I knew I had to get it, and I'll explain why. I always tell people to buy the card, not the grade, especially if you crack out slabs as much as I do. Looking at the listing pics, this card stood out, and it's because of that 8.5 centering. That subgrade, it just looks undergraded to me. It looks wrong. It honestly looks even within a PSA Gem Mint 10 tolerance. but most likely at least a 9 tolerance. So that gives me great hope if I decide to crack it out and submit to PSA down the road, which I will eventually do. There was the same card in an 8.5 form that ended the same day as this one. But if you look at that one, the centering is just too thin on the bottom to even potentially get a mint 9. So this one is a little thinner on the bottom, but not bad, and just a little thinner on the left. So that 8.5 card was just out for me, and then this one was in, so I was really excited. I think the 8.5 one ended up selling for around 14,000. When you are going to buy a higher end card, I always recommend first checking the cert verification for the card. Beckett, PSA, SGC, they all have this feature on their website. Here is the cert number right here. I plugged in the number and it looked good. I was a little surprised to see that it was very recently graded, like August 4th of this month. It made me pause a little bit, and it made me wonder why they didn't just grade it with PSA. But I'm thinking the reason was the grading cost. To grade a card like that with PSA, it would cost literally $1,000 premium level. Whereas Beckett, even if you went with the priority service, they would only charge you $140. So that's a difference of like $860, just to grade the card. So I'm sure that's why the original owner opted to grade with BGS. Also, before buying a higher end card, always check the comps. Use Card Ladder if you can, and ask yourself, what is the overall market like for the player at the present time? Is it hot? Would you be buying high, or is it cold? Is it low? I had to ask myself where LeBron was currently, and I think he is low, a little cold right now, and it's the off season, so that makes it a good time to buy. Let's go ahead and look at the comp data I researched using Card Ladder. So it looks like a PSA 10 currently sells for $87,000. At the COVID boom, the high was, $480,000. The PSA 9 currently sells for around $19,000, but the COVID boom was $81,000. The PSA 8 currently sells for around $15,000, and the COVID boom was $60,000 for that one. So those values that helped me enter the ultimate price I was willing to bid, which was $16,500. I sniped it, and thankfully I won it, and I won it for $500 less, so that's something. Also, an important fact about this card is the current pop counts of this card through the big three grading companies. There has been 170 total graded by PSA, 286 graded by Beckett, and 5 graded with SGC. So that's a total of 461 total cards, and that means, because there were only 500 made of this card, that only 39 are left out there in the wild raw. That's encouraging, and it tells me that the pop counts shouldn't change much, which is a great thing for the future value of the card. Okay, so now the final thing, what to ultimately do with the card right now. So it's a PC card, so I'm not going to sell it anytime soon, but I also need to get it into at least a PSA Mint 9 slab. That's a huge risk, cracking it out and paying $1,000 just to get it graded. And then I run the risk of getting a near mint to mint 8 grade. So if it does get an 8, it would be around a $2,000 total loss. But if it gets a 9, it would be around a $2,000 gain. And if for some awesome, crazy reason it gets a gem 10, that's a $70,000 gain. I'm going to say it probably has a 75% chance it gets a mint 9. I'm going to say 10% chance at a 8.5, maybe a 10% chance at an 8, and then a 5% chance that it gets a gem mint 10. So let's hope for that 5%. You never know, and I feel good about this card. Obviously, I'm going to have to crack it out, and really, I won't be able to fully see if it has any flaws out, until it's out of this case. But since money is a little tight for a bit, I'm probably just going to tuck it away in the safety deposit box for a while as is. And down the road, I'll eventually go ahead and crack it out and submit to PSA. Those videos would be insane, so look for those in the future. Oh yeah, I wanted to share with you quickly my favorite $1 box find at a card show. It was about 8 to 10 years ago. I was at the Portland, Oregon card show. I think it was the Mall 205 at the time. I was intently going through a dealer's $1 box, and I saw a shiny 1998 gold label Shaquille O'Neal with that little red emblem at the top, at the front top. I don't actually have the card anymore, but it looked like this. This is the Antoine Walker version I saw on eBay. I always liked the look of these. I didn't fully understand the parallels at the time, so I didn't even flip the card over. I just added it to my stack of cards and paid for it. And then when I got home, I did my usual taking out the cards of the cases and seeing if any of them were gradable. And when I got to the Shaq card, when checking the condition, I flipped it over to the back and noticed there was a very faint serial numbered out of 100. I knew that was very rare for a 90s card. That's when I knew I had something extra valuable. So in that year of the gold label basketball, the serial numbering out of 100, the stamp on the back, there was no real color to the stamp, no gold or silver or any other color, stamping the numbers. So it is really hard to see. Most people miss it, and I think that's why it was in that dollar box. And this is what it looks like. You can very faintly see it on the back of the Antoine Walker card just to the right. I instantly went on eBay, and I found that they were selling for around $180 raw at the time. And usually I would grade it, you guys know me, but it didn't look like a gem 10, so I went ahead and just sold it the next day. It sold quickly. I think it was like for around $175. It's a pretty nice jump for, just buying it for $1. So, I've graded cards that I've found in the dollar bin, and they got gem 10s, and they had low pops, and I eventually sold for, around $400. So that's an incredible flip. But I think that this was the biggest raw card $1 purchase and flip I ever made. I think that's what makes it extra special. My favorite $1 bin find. So I think today it would probably be worth around $500 or $600. It looks like a Kobe one just sold for around $17.50 recently. So keep an eye out for those 90s gold labels and look for those hard to see numbering on the back. You might find a great deal. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it always. I should have some good reveals coming up, and I hope everyone has a great day.